Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a quick look into Holo. Holo is one of those coins that has finally started to break out of its just straight downward spiral that it was in. We saw in the last month it went all the way up to this all-time high of about 3.16 cents. Obviously, we saw a massive dip after that because it was a massive increase. We saw it, from that 0.0079 all the way to a 0.0316. So a lot of people making a lot of profits there, a lot of profit taking going on in the last couple weeks, and we continue to see obviously that dip happen. Obviously, it's not a great look for Holo, but a lot of people stuck with Holo because they understood there was long-term potential. If we take a look at the last week alone, we can see that there was a massive uptick here just recently from 0.0178 all the way up into that 0.0208. So we are seeing some movement finally on Holo. So this is great news for a lot of people. We did, like I said, reach about that 0.017 range. Right when I told you guys that would be probably our bottom level, bottom floor. If it went below this, we'd be in trouble. And hopefully we won't go below this, as it looks like we may have had a good bounce back, a healthy bounce back that will maybe put us right back on the right path. I think Holochain could be a great buy right now. Now you know that there's solid potential behind it, as it's going to hopefully continue to increase in this direction for the rest of 2021. We do see that is still probably a risky buy, as it was quite a dip like I said, for probably a week, April 6th to April 14th, it looks like. So there is a lot of potential behind HOT, but, there is also there's some risk involved. So if we take a look at the last week alone, we do see, like I said, this straight downward spiral. However, we finally made an increase, an impact, and it looks like we are going to continue to hopefully increase throughout the rest of the next 24 hours. We talk more about what Holo is, and then we'll jump into the price predictions themselves for April, May, in 2021. Holo definitely looks, like I said, like a very, very big coin. It has so much utility behind it as well. So if you guys don't know what Holo is an Ethereum token that powers Holo, a distributed peer-to-peer hosting platform for Holochain apps, HApps. Users who use HApps on their personal computers can receive HOT tokens in return. So if we go to their website, you can learn a lot more about what HOT or Holo really is. So if you go to holo.host, you can see Holo is a cloud hosting market for distributed applications powered by the Holochain. So you can learn how to host, learn, and create with the Holochain. If you go down a little more, Holochain is a new open source framework for truly peer-to-peer applications. Holo acts as a bridge between Holochain and apps and users by creating an ecosystem that enables distributed hosting services provided by peers. So obviously, if you want to learn more, you can also watch their Holo crowdfunding video. It does explain what they're trying to accomplish as well as their vision. So this is a team also. If you go to their team, I'm not going to go to their team right now, but if you go to their team, you can learn more about their vision. There's so much behind what they're trying to accomplish. And when you're looking into what they're trying to accomplish, they're big things. So you have to jump and take a look at their team and see if there are things that you think that team is capable of doing. This is a team that I think is definitely capable of doing these things. If we take a look at phase 1, inception, phase 2, infrastructure, and phase 3, alpha and beta, we are getting to phase 3 with the most important parts of Holo. So I think there's going to be a lot of increases coming when phase 3 is complete, when we see more progress in phase 3. We continue to see polishing on the other phases as well is just, great. We see that these two are complete. They have them marked as complete on the graph in the top right. But there's a lot of potential behind this coin in general, and I want to talk more about that here. But if you go to their events, it does look like they're a close-knit group with a they have a global vision in mind, and I think that's going to be big for Holo as a whole. If you go to their FAQ, which is always a great spot to learn more about the coin in general. If you go to the FAQ, you can learn more. What is Holochain? Holochain is an open source framework for building fully distributed peer-to-peer applications. What is Holo? Holo is a distributed peer-to-peer hosting platform for Holochain apps, HApps, to bridge a new internet. What is Holofuel? Well, they talk about the benefits. So there's a lot of benefits to Holofuel, and they talk about how Holofuel is also different, including mutual credit, asset-backed, and value stable. And then they talk about how you can use Holofuel. So there's a lot of information here in the frequently asked questions. You guys always think, sometimes, well, I wouldn't say you guys, but a lot of people think that, FAQs don't answer any questions that are actually necessary or, any hard questions. Well, I disagree with that completely. FAQs are the frequently asked questions for a reason. There's most people looking into something like this actually know quite a bit of information. So if they're asking these questions, there's actually, some reasons behind that. So I think these are great questions. Go to the FAQ on the site if you want to learn more about them. But let's jump back into the price analysis. Let's get a quick refresh. And it does look like we went down just a tad. It does look like, guys, remember, if the price is a little bit different by the time this video comes out, do remember that most of my information is still going to be relevant. Just the exact prices are not, because obviously, this is going to be changing in real time. So if it takes, 5 minutes to upload the video, well, unfortunately, in 5 minutes, this price could change quite a bit. So we do see right now we're about that 0.0202, about 175% increase. So we see a lot of potential behind Holo, obviously, with this massive jump that we had here just recently to start an uptick, hopefully an uptrend, and we continue to see a trend go on. I do think, like I said, because of the utility behind this project, there's going to be a lot of people jumping on board here recently with this new uptick. They see that the movement is coming. A lot of people are done with their profit taking. These are just the holders left, and we're going to continue to see that here in the future, I believe. So, like I said, guys, this is a good price to jump in if you're looking to jump in. We're at 0.0202. There is risk involved with Holo, like any cryptocurrency. Remember to do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So, it's looking like a very good coin, though. I do want to talk about April. April being one of those big months. This really could change the direction of Holo for sure. I mean, April already was a rough month for Holo. I mean, we did get to an all-time high in April 5th, about 3.16. However, it was also part of this massive dip. So it depends what part or what side of April you were on. But for the most part, it was a rough month as we continue on our downward trend. I do think we will be making a comeback for April. I think we're going to be making it right around that 3-cent mark. I think there's going to be a very big rally coming for Holo with this most recent uptick, and cryptocurrencies in general all going, in the right direction for the most part. So Holo, because of that, I see it around 3 cents as an all-time high, just a little bit lower for that stabilization level. Going into May, I think we will continue to increase in the right direction, and because of that, I think May could easily, if we go to the 1-year span, like I said, we have this massive uptick going into a downtrend, and then a slow increase coming. I think we will see about a 3.5 cent May for sure, making its way closer. I would say 4 cent as the all-time high, 3.5 cent as a good stable spot. It could go a little higher for stabilization, hopefully, but for the most part, a stable spot around that would be great, around that 3.5 to 4 cents. I think that's a great prediction for May. I think that's very viable. Do remember, guys, I like to keep my realistic price predictions as realistic as possible and conservative as possible and as reasonable as possible, as much as possible, because there's too many YouTubers out there saying 100x on everything. Too many people thinking everything's going to the moon. Well, if everything's going to the moon, why would you be watching a video? Because if everything's going to the moon, it doesn't really matter where you put your money. So obviously there's coins that are better than others. There's coins that will do 10x in the next year. There's coins that will do 2x. So you want to jump in obviously the ones that have the highest potential with the least amount of risk. And I think Holo is going to have a decent amount of risk. However, 10x is definitely a possibility in the future. Going into 2021, I think we could easily see a 15 to 20 cent coin. Holo being a potential 20 cent all-time high by the end of 2021 is definitely a possibility. I will say I think it's more of a 15 to 18 cent range all-time high with the stabilization right around 15 to 16 cents. I think that's going to be more realistic. But like I said, this has potential for about a 10x. I think it's really one that you're going to have some risk involved in. And because of that, you are going to have potential for higher rewards. So Holo being a very good coin in itself, having a lot of use cases, it's looking fairly good. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask me in the comments. I'll try to get back to everybody. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys all in the next one.